exposed, Mueller's dark secret uncovered. He wants this hidden, by Benjamin Welton for ChristianNewsAlerts.com. When former FBI Director Robert Mueller was named as the special prosecutor in the Russia probe, the mainstream media quickly lionized him as an honest cop. The Los Angeles Times had told a different story. Journalist David Willman has exposed the fact that Mueller's reputation for excellence actually hides the fact that he is a notorious bumbler. Indeed, Mueller has fumbled on national security cases that could have been deadly for Americans. Other criminal cases have also been botched by Mueller. In 1979, Mueller, at the helm of a government investigation, tried to convict several members of the outlaw motorcycle gang, the Hells Angels, of racketeering. 18 defendants were on trial, but only 5 were convicted. All 5 eventually had their sentences overturned on appeal. Mueller's team, which had dropped many of the charges against Hells Angels' leadership, did not ask for a retrial. Defense lawyer Richard B. Mazur said that Mueller and the U.S. government made a mess of the trial against the Hells Angels. After being appointed by President George H.W. Bush as Assistant U.S. Attorney General, Mueller led investigations into New York Mafia boss John Gotti, Panamanian dictator and drug runner Manuel Noriega, and the 1988 bombing of Pan Am Flight 103. One anonymous prosecutor who worked alongside Mueller during this time describes him as an order giver and someone who doesn't invite disagreement. According to William, Mueller's linear approach to evaluating evidence led him to fumble the biggest U.S. terrorism investigation since 9/11. The case in question concerns the FBI's failure to unmask the person responsible for mailing letters containing anthrax to public officials. This act of terrorism killed 5 and injured 17 others. Michael Mason, the former head of the FBI's Washington field office, claims that Mueller was always the leader of the anthrax investigation, period. It was Mueller who asked the FBI to focus the investigation on Stephen J. Hatfill, a virologist at the Army's Fort Detrick laboratories. Mueller even confidentially told Congress officials in a closed-door meeting that Hatfill was the man responsible for the anthrax letters. The evidence against Hatfill would ultimately be discarded as unreliable. By all accounts, Mueller was slow to admit his mistakes regarding Hatfill. Mueller's gruff persona does not allow him to admit fault or weakness, according to those who have worked with him. It's also worth mentioning that Mueller and his FBI provided Congress with terrible intelligence regarding Saddam Hussein's WMD program. This bad intelligence directly led to the U.S. invasion of Iraq, a war which killed over 4,000 U.S. troops, over 1 million Iraqi citizens, and led to the creation of international terrorist organization, ISIS. Simply put, Robert Mueller is no shining example of excellence in law enforcement. The media's attempt to say otherwise only serves their own bias against President Trump and their belief in the legitimacy of Mueller's Russia probe. Mueller also has a vested interest in tying President Trump to Russia, for he himself acted as something of a go-between for the two nations when Moscow asked for samples of highly enriched uranium, HEU, around the time of the Uranium One deal. Mueller is no hound of justice, but another lapdog for the Washington establishment. Do you think he's compromised? Oh, yes, indeed. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.